Hey ambitious professionals, it's Linda Rayner of lindarainer.com, guiding you to a career and life you'll truly enjoy. And in today's video, I'm going to teach you 6 keys to consider if you're thinking of hiring and working with an executive career coach. As a career strategist myself, I've been able to help numerous professionals to land job offers in careers where they're going to have long-term growth and development. And this is something that I'd be happy to help you with as well. So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I can give you more details on that at the end of this video. And so because now you're at a point where you're ready to seek out professional advice, you're thinking of hiring a career coach and you feel that that would be beneficial for you. But you realize as you go online that career coaches come in all shapes and sizes. You're not really sure where to begin, not sure who to trust and who's credible. And that's where I'll come in today and help you with going through that process. So I'm going to show you 6 keys that you need to consider if you're planning on hiring and working with a career coach. So the first key you want to consider if you're thinking of hiring or working with a career coach is to ask yourself, will he or she teach and guide, or will it be a done for you kind of deal? So when you're researching career coaches, you have to ask yourself, do they say that they'll write your resume for you? Do they say that they'll give you the exact answers to any interview question for you without you having to think it through? Do they say that they'll find your job for you? If the answer is yes to any of those, that's not career coaching, that's simply a transaction. You know, in life, there's a lot of things that you can pay money for to outsource and have them done for you. But landing a job offer is not one of them. If someone promises to write your resume for you entirely on their own, or they're gonna give you a whole stack of scripts of answers to interviews that you just have to memorize and go into the interview with, or they say that they're gonna just find your job for you, you don't have to take care of anything, they'll take care of it all. It's like you're saying to them, okay, I'm gonna leave my future career in your hands, and then you walk away, hoping that all of a sudden, magically, a job offer is gonna appear. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works. A good career coach is someone who's going to support you, guide you, teach you the approaches, the strategies, the techniques on how to move into the career that you deserve and that's right for you. But they're not going to do it for you because the only person that can do this is you. For example, if they're writing your resume for you, one thing you have to remember is that they didn't do your job. So because they didn't do your job, they still don't know the full depth of responsibilities that you truly had in that position. They don't know the accomplishments that you're able to achieve. They don't really have a full understanding of your capabilities. Instead, they're gathering the several pieces of information that you're giving to them and they're making it sound fancy. But fancy words isn't necessarily going to lead to a job offer. It's really understanding your value and being able to communicate that in an effective way. And the only person that can do that is you. The second reason why using a career coach to write your resume for you isn't the best idea is because the career coach themselves may have been taught how to write resumes, but if they don't fully, and this actually goes back to point number 1, if they don't fully understand the role, they don't understand the industry lingo, they don't really get it, you're gonna find that your resume has a lot of soft skills, a lot of soft words on there, nothing technical. And like I said, it's gonna sound nice and fancy and wispy and cool, but when you actually read it, there's not that much substance. The reason why I'm saying this with so much certainty is because I myself have seen examples of resumes that weren't written by the individual, but written by someone else who they outsourced it to. And unfortunately, in those cases, we still ended up having to revamp the entire thing. This is my honest belief when it comes to career coaching. True effective career coaching is where the coach is able to teach you the exact strategy on how you can develop a kick-ass resume for yourself that you'll remember for the rest of your life. If you find that you're outsourcing your resume writing to someone else, and then the next time you apply for a job, you still don't know how to write your resume and you need to outsource it again, the truth is you didn't learn anything. You didn't improve in yourself in that process. So you haven't really learned the idea of how to truly sell yourself on paper. And if you don't have that skill set, how can you guarantee that you're going to be able to get yourself the job? At the end of the day, relying on you is the best way to go. You need to rely on yourself, your own abilities, your own ability to learn, your willingness to learn, and from there you'll be able to personally improve and professionally improve yourself as you move on in your job search. So having a guide, a coach that's there to work with you to help you improve is one thing that you're really going to want to take into account. Key number 2, ask yourself, do they have a background in your field? Now, it's not necessary that the career coach has to have an exact educational background or working background or designation in the field that you're in, but they should have some sort of background with working with the types of professionals that are similar to you. And I'll use myself as an example. So I am a CPA by training. I also in a past life was an accountant, so I come from an accounting finance background, and I was also a recruiter for several years where I helped to hire hundreds of finance and accounting professionals into corporate positions. And now as a career strategist or career coach, I've been able to leverage my experience working with finance professionals and expand it into other types of corporate professionals, whether they are in sales, IT, marketing, operations. I've been able to work with them because I've been able to leverage the knowledge and extensive experience with the other types of corporate professionals into these areas. And I've also worked with individuals in engineering, in the legal fields, in healthcare fields as well. But as you can see, I started off somewhere and then I was able to expand, and I've been able to work with people in all different fields, in all different industries. Now, if the career coach that you're considering working with is someone who doesn't have a professional background, or at the very least doesn't even have a recruitment background, then chances are their knowledge is going to be fairly limited. And because their knowledge is limited, they may not be able to teach you all the techniques and strategies on how you can effectively sell yourself to the right employers for the jobs that you want. And that's because they haven't seen hundreds or thousands of different profiles to be able to fully understand the nuances between each of them. And chances are that means that you'll probably end up with a fair bit of generic advice. So considering the person's background is going to be important, and that is key number 2. Now let's move on to key number 3. Key number 3 is similar to key number 2 in the sense that it asks, are they specific or generic? So when you're considering working with a career coach, make sure you ask them, how specific and customized are you in your approach when working with your clients? And actually tell them to explain with an example. If the career coach is able to answer your question with a clear example, with a solid understanding of your job and the market and how you can effectively sell yourself, then you can have confidence that they're likely a good career coach and someone who can help you. But if it sounds like they're struggling with the answer, that is a red flag that you would want to take note of. Key number 4 when considering working with a career coach is, do you have a good sense of their abilities? Nowadays, the only way you're going to find a career coach is by doing a search online. And one thing you really want to consider is if the career coach has a solid online presence, because you want to be able to understand their teaching style and their capabilities before you work with them. So, do they post consistently content that is helpful for you, whether it be on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on their email newsletter, on a blog somewhere on their website? If they are posting consistent content, next question to ask is, has it helped you in your job search in some way, shape, or form? Are you learning something new each time they're posting? Because the truth is, if they're already offering you value for free and you're finding it helpful, then you know that you're only going to get more value if you pay to work with them. Now, if the career coach doesn't really share any content, doesn't teach anything for free, then you probably don't have a very strong sense of how they'll teach and what they'll teach, and that is a red flag. So really focus on the ones that are offering you value already, and only if it's helpful for you and if it's effective, then you can choose to move forward. Key number 5 is asking, are they luring you with connections in the field? Just because a career coach claims that they have connections to individuals related to your field doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to equate to a job offer for you. Think about it this way. They're saying that they have X number of connections with individuals in the fields that you want to get into. But if they're telling you this, are they not telling every single one of their other clients this as well? And on top of that, what are the chances that those individuals that they're connected with actually have jobs and have jobs available for you to apply to? Would it not be better for you to rely on your own abilities and be able to learn how to master making connections with the right people so that you can expand your network and eventually land a job offer without having to lean on someone else and their handful of connections? The truth is, nothing is guaranteed when it comes to the job search game. But what is guaranteed is that the smaller game you play, the lower quality jobs you'll likely end up with. You want to be taught how to play a bigger game so that you can master your job search in a way that you'll land the career that you ultimately deserve and that will actually make you feel fulfilled and excited to get up for every day. And a good career coach will teach you the key to do that. And finally, key number 6 is to ask if the career coach has a focused strategic plan versus an open-ended and unclear plan. When working with a good career coach, they'll tend to have a well thought out, laid out plan or program of action where you can maximize your job search efforts and actually land the dream job offer that you want. That means you're gonna know exactly what your goals are, what you have to achieve, what steps you need to take, and exactly how you're gonna get there. If a career coach doesn't have a plan and they say that they'll just keep things open-ended and just keep working with you as you need help, chances are you're probably gonna end up working with them for a fairly long time because there's no clear plan of action and you don't really know where you're going. And so without that, you may not even land the goal that you want, which is to get that job offer. So make sure you ask them, what is their strategic plan of action? Is it well thought out and laid out based on what they describe? Or does it sound like it's gonna be a wishy-washy, unclear arrangement? So there you have it. Those are the 6 keys that you should consider if you're thinking of hiring and working with a career coach. Now, I myself have a program called Stand Out Get Hired where I work with my clients one-on-one, and through this program, I'm able to take you through the exact steps from the initial resume down to getting, hopefully, the job offer. And if this is something that you're interested in pursuing, working with me one-on-one, then feel free to click on the link below in the description box. It will take you to my Stand Out Get Hired page, and that's lindarainer.com/standoutgethired. Read the page, fill in the application form. From there, I will assess if you are a potential fit for my program. If I think that you are, then you will get an email from my team and we will have a call to chat further. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.